This that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Heal it through a joke and a story for the soul. This that LeVar Walker Show, turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that LeVar Walker Show. Oh yeah, you turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every call in, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the LeVar Walker Show. This that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This that LeVar Walker Show, turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that LeVar Walker Show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
Oh, what's up? Welcome back. We're here again, man. Welcome back to the greatest show on the earth. We are back again at the LeVar Walker Show podcast. Let me know if y'all like my wonderful jingle. It's the LeVar Walker Show. That brings me great pride. When I hear that song, it really brightens my day, man. But we are here again. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome back. Welcome back. Got something real important to talk about, man. It's looking like the bullet used to take out Charlie Kirk does not match the rifle that Tyler Robinson used. This is breaking. This was in the court documents in the court case. And I'm guessing people probably owe Candace Owen an apology at this point because it seems like a lot of the stuff she was saying is true. And this is let's pull this up, man. This is very interesting. Let me change this over. So the bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match rifle allegedly used by a suspect Tyler Robinson in a new court filing. Oh man, they're gonna make me get a damn no. Hold on. I look like they want to make me get a subscription. And I don't have time to get continuous subscriptions. I can't do that. So hold on. Let's see what's going on. Let me pull it up. Here we go. All right. This is the better one. Okay, so Doc claims the bullet used to match the bullet used doesn't match the rifle. So I'm guessing this guy Tyler Robinson, perhaps some type of pawn, and it looks like this whole Charlie Kirk thing was a lot bigger than we thought, from behind the scenes. So there's a new twist in the case surrounding the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. New legal documents claim the bullet used to commit the crime does not match the rifle tied to suspect Tyler Robinson, TMZ has learned. According to the legal docs obtained by TMZ, Robinson's defense team argued there's a discrepancy between the ballistic evidence and the weapon prosecutors say is connected to Robinson, who's facing multiple charges, including aggravated murder and felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury in Charlie's slaying. Robinson's attorney claims the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives conducted a summary report which indicates the ATF was unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson. The motion continues, although the state has not indicated an intent to produce this report at the preliminary hearing. The defense may very well decide to offer the testimony of the ATF firearm analyst as exculpatory evidence. The defense also says there are multiple categories of forensic evidence that are still incomplete according to their discovery request, and until they get the full case files and testing protocols and have their own experts review them, they won't be able to determine whether that evidence is actually reliable if it ends up in court. In the docs, Robinson's defense says it's drowning in evidence, claiming prosecutors have already handed over around 20,000 files. The haul includes about 61,500 pages, 31 hours of audio, and more than 700 hours of video across 5,000 clips. Bottom line, defense says it'll take at least 60 days just to get through the first pass. Robinson's lawyers also recently made a push for the trial to be televised, saying keeping court proceedings as public as possible helps to quell and contradict the tide of misinformation, while secrecy fuels conspiracy theories. As we previously reported, Robinson allegedly confessed to his father that he shot and deleted Kirk on the Utah Valley University campus on September 10th. Robinson's father reportedly told a youth pastor who happens to work with the U.S. Marshals that Robinson ultimately surrendered at the Washington County Sheriff's Office around 10 p.m. The aggravated deletion charge is Robinson's expected to get him the death penalty if convicted. Man, this seems, how big is this, man? What was going on, man? You know, there's a lot of conspiracy behind Charlie Kirk saying that, you know, we're about to get conspiratorial here. I'm not big enough to be canceled. So basically they were saying like Charlie was kind of against Israel, I believe. You know, he was really pushing back against Israel. And he wanted to get America away from Israel. And it's very funny the way this sequence of events has happened. You know, he's gone. Now we're fighting over in Iran, basically for Israel. It's very weird. These waters seem to be quite murky. And also, too, you have Candace Owen, who has been on a tear for the past year, saying that Charlie was actually taken out by Mossad agents. And this guy, Tyler Robinson, is nothing more than a pawn in a political game. This is quite interesting, man. I really don't know. I don't, you know, I just saw it. I thought it was interesting. It seemed like Charlie perhaps could have been a candidate for the presidency. You know, I don't, you know, a lot of things, I don't believe, you know, I don't go with a lot of things he was saying personally, but it seems like the way the people in the community was rallying behind this guy, like, you know, a lot of MAGA people and all this and that, seemed like he could have been next in line, but it just didn't work out. Right. And then they were showing like some clips of the shooting where if you looked in these clips, it seems like something busted on his microphone, like a piece of his microphone busted or something like that. They were showing some video. Let me see if I can pull that video up real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good morning, chat. What's happening? Smitty Sports Machine, Michael Pointer. I know nobody cares. Look, man, I know you don't care about them. I'm just supporting. I'm being a news reporter. I'm being a journalist this morning. And this is a big headline that's going around. It's okay. We're gonna hold hands and we're gonna walk through this, Michael Pointer, because I love you, man. We don't have to do that, right? We just gonna walk through it and see what happened, you know? Maybe the guy. I want to see that they had some videos and stuff about this.
There's a lot of story.
I hope I could show this, but They're just showing how his body.
Get to this. And by the way, I think at some point they said they didn't have the footage. They have the footage. Okay. Terrell was at his office when he showed me this. And here we go. You can just play this. And if you guys are just on audio, you'll obviously need to come cut this on video because I can't really describe, obviously, the question is being asked. This moment right here, we had assumed initially that was his recorder or something. I can confirm, you'll see later, that it's whipping fast and it looks white when it whips fast, but that is in fact his necklace. That is his necklace. And I find that for some reason to be very strange that the necklace goes up first. You can see this obviously. And by the way, there's no gore in this. So you don't really need viewer discretion because like I said, which kind of broke the internet, the bullet didn't go through, and not only did not go through, it didn't even cause any sort of a mess. His perfectly white t-shirt was white until the moment that he hit the ground. Skylar, we can get to that portion, I guess, where they can more clearly see the, well, first we can show them the magnet that's still on him. I guess we'll get to that. Yeah, there you go. We can pause there. So they can see that that is his necklace. And it's, I don't know how to describe that. I don't know if you would say it's still on him. There was a lot of story. Everybody had a personal story about Charlie's necklace, which struck me as very odd. Okay. It struck me as odd because, you know, Erica, Frank tells the story about how he came out to get his backpack from the car as the feds were searching it at the hospital. And he saw Charlie's necklace on his backpack, which was in the car. And the feds said, "We were looking for that necklace." Really? Why were the feds looking for the necklace? How did they know he had a necklace? That's very strange. Erica, of course, has told several stories about the necklace and how precious the necklace was to him and how grateful she was that she got the necklace back. I think maybe even Brian Harpole had a story about that. I got to go back and look through it. But everyone's got a story about the necklace. It seems like a strange focus of this day. And so I want to just point that out, that it is the necklace that is hanging. You can see that. And maybe you can see it clearer when it's on my phone. So like I said, I'm happy to send around, but you can at some points even see and observe the chain. Again, this is after Charlie is hit. So you are seeing zero blood heading backward. That feels wrong to me. That instantly felt wrong to me for what they are telling us took place here, which is a 30-06. It's not even enough to pretend that this was like an event where it already is, I would say, insane to try to say this was some miracle event.
It seems like we're gonna see a lot of people, you know, like come up missing behind this. You're gonna see a lot of people disappearing. Probably the people that the coroners he'll probably disappear, or he might, you know, take himself out, you know, or some of these autopsy people will probably go hiking and never come back home. There's a lot behind this. Shout out to William Harris Bryant pulling up on us in the chat. Perk Thursday, I see you. But yeah, this is weird.
Neck stopped this. It gets even crazier when you say, but it didn't even cause any blood. Everything you saw was blood that came because an artery got hit and that went forward. So I just want to say that. Never buy the narrative that a 30-06 is what killed Charlie Kirk. I'm just not accepting that narrative whatsoever. We can continue and we can sort of point out some more portions here. I just keep going through here. Okay, you can see Charlie was not down. He was always also upward, which I know a lot of people know stuff about. We can kind of look close at that. Is that a recorder? The magnet clasp right there. Some people were wondering. Some people thought that the magnet clasp. I know there was a lot of stuff about the magnet clasp. That's it. It's still on him. I know those things are very powerful. And I think John Bray explained to me that the magnet clasp would have stayed on, but what was behind it would have fallen off because he has a theory. And I think I would say it's a well-adapted theory that the Rode microphone is what was shattered in the backseat of the car. And so I wanted to show that as well so you guys could see that. We can keep scrubbing through here. Only, as you can see on his hand, because blood went forward, is the only place that you see any blood drops here. Flipping again, sure. You can see Dan actually pushes him, by the way. Dan takes him to the ground, which he should do. But I think it's important to note that you can see what's on the table there, which I think is good too, from what's behind the table in case there's any clues here. Some people thought that that guy had grabbed something on the table, and I had confirmed too that he did not, because I saw that. And when he slides across, do you want to go back to that slide so they can see that, Sky? Yeah, there's nothing on the table that he grabs. There's a book. It looks like maybe Charlie had a notebook. It looks like, I don't know if there's a way to like slow that down a bit. Yep, there you go. You can see when his hands first come on the table, he does not grab anything. So that is a conspiracy theory that we can shut down. Okay. And keep going. Any other points here people might want to know? You can see kind of what's around him more broadly. Speakers. There we go. Yeah, I think.
Oh, this is very interesting, man. I really don't know, guys. I really don't know. I know the man, he might have said some things that pissed a lot of people off, some hurtful things, a lot of things, especially about the community and DEI and things of that nature. But who knows? Could it be that Charlie just, in his talking and living the truth, that he went too high up a level and they said, no, Charlie, you can't, you can step on probably minorities, but there's certain levels you can't go to. That's a strong possibility. I really don't know. I know this is a very sensitive topic. And like I say, I'm only coming to you because this is very, very odd for them to find that the bullet doesn't match what was in the rifle. This is just wild to me, man. What a cover up. And they doing it like, what's so crazy is even in this internet age where you think about Epstein, like allegedly taking himself out, like they're doing it in our faces, man. If this is like a big conspiracy and the bullet doesn't match, they don't care. They're doing it in our faces with the internet, digital, everything. And I guess now with the abundance of AI, we don't even know what to believe anymore because they could tell us, yo, that was AI. This video was altered. This isn't real. And there's no way to decipher what's real and what's not anymore. We are living in very, very strange times. And also, too, I just came up on something. Bear with me here. Let me see. No. All right. Escape. Okay. I just came up on something real quick.
The last 10 years.
Let's take a look at this. We going down a rabbit hole today, y'all, so bear with me.
Look at this man right here, folks. This is Charlie Kirk, security guy. He appears to have a palm gun in his right hand, and he aims it at Charlie Kirk and squeezes the palm gun, firing off a round directly into Charlie Kirk's.
I don't think he had a palm gun. Now, I know he did pull on his shirt. I don't know if he's signaling, but
neck. I suspect
ain't no way.
He was aiming center mass, and
that wasn't no palm.
The bullet may have ricocheted, maybe neck. I suspect he was aiming center mass, and the bullet may have ricocheted.
Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think he had a palm gun, but it looks as if this guy detonated some type of device or something, like, because at the same time he did that, I mean, that's the same time you hear the shot go off. Look at that.
Palm gun firing off around directly into Charlie
Woo,
Kirk's
you see that? Right there.
neck. ISIS.
And listen, guys, I'm doing this video. I will not harm myself. Let me put that out too. I am perfectly okay. I'm not under any duress, and I will not do anything to harm myself. So if I come up missing or something, you guys need to know it was probably due to this video. And if I do come up missing, just replay this for my family and everybody to see. Okay, because this is bigger than me.
Fact, he was aiming center mass, and the bullet may have ricocheted, maybe off the cross or something else that was hard, and ricocheted up into his neck area. As you can see, folks, in the right fist between the middle finger and the ring finger is the barrel of the palm pistol. You see him squeeze the palm pistol, firing off a round into Charlie Kirk, murdering Charlie Kirk. Now, if you pay attention to that right hand, it's going to go down into that left tricep area into a hidden pocket. You can see him stuffing that palm pistol in there. His right hand emerges from under his arm, empty-handed. He then puts his hand on the rail, leaps over the rail, and comes to Charlie Kirk's aid like the good assassin, security guard that he is. This video is from behind the assassin. And as you can see, he lifts his right fist up. That right fist contains the palm pistol with the barrel sticking out between the middle finger and the ring finger. He squeezes the palm pistol, firing off a round. You can even see the bullet and the bow shock swirl.
It just seemed like if you got a palm pistol, I don't know if y'all ever shot pistols before, but the recoil on that in your hand, that thing go like your hand, like to launch a bullet, like just out of your hand without a bit. That's kind of weird.
The bullet and there's the bow shock swirl, both caught on video, folks. This angle is from behind the assassin. This angle caught the bullet and the bow shock swirl, folks, caught on video. Folks, this man is the assassin, or at the very least, should be the number one suspect. Look at that right fist containing the palm pistol with the barrel sticking out between the middle finger and the ring finger. There is the squeeze of the palm pistol firing the round. Now you see his right hand containing that palm pistol go underneath his left armpit, and he will stuff that palm pistol into that tricep area, as you can see he's doing right there. Then he pulls his right hand out from under his armpit, and there's no more palm pistol because it's hidden in his tricep. He then leaps over the rail and comes to Charlie Kirk's aid to, I don't know, what, save Charlie Kirk or make sure Charlie Kirk is dead. Folks, this video is angled from behind Charlie.
It sounds like he doing this video. It sounds like he made this video in a mobile home, don't it? All I picture is the mobile home from Breaking Bad, and whoever this guy is has some video equipment, and he's using a SpaceX satellite to do this video.
Charlie Kirk and
cooking meth
off to the side. It was taken from a cell phone outside of the tent, but from behind Charlie Kirk. This is the only video on the internet with this angle. However, there was a 4K or 8K camera behind Charlie Kirk that was strapped to the back of the tent Charlie Kirk was sitting in. That 4K or 8K video camera was aiming directly from behind Charlie Kirk out towards the audience. That camera would have caught this same man that you see right here in 4K or 8K. That camera that Turning Point USA has the footage to would catch that same man murdering Charlie Kirk in cold blood. Turning Point USA, I am requesting that you release the video that was recorded from the...
Well, they're not going to release that video because Charlie's wife is going through so much right now, and They're just not going to do that. And now she's the leader. So I don't really know, guys. This is huge. This is pretty big. I don't know. I really don't know what to believe. I don't know. You know, even when they call this an assassination, was it really assassination or just like a killing more so? Just to the fact that I don't believe Charlie held any political office, and he was just going to college campuses asking people questions. That's all I'll say, you know, because I know people get hurt by this when you talk about it, but he just went to college campuses to ask people questions. Was that an assassination? Like, what defines an assassination? Right? I had a good friend of mine that was a victim of gun violence. Was he assassinated? Like, don't you have to? Let me not tell this truth. Let me not get too deep here. I don't, because I don't want to disturb nobody. I don't want to disturb nobody. So let me not get too deep. We're gonna move right along, man. We done with this Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know if y'all been seeing this, but let me tell y'all something. This is just us talking now. Do you know what's better than TV right now? What's better than TV and any drama on TV are the AI fruit videos, man.
So many subscribers.
These are the best. What I tell you, these videos are the best videos ever to me, man. This is two strawberries. I love this. This is two strawberries.
Baby, we are behind on rent, we have no food, and I am out of ideas. You have the looks. You could be making thousands on OnlyFritz.
You are seriously sitting here telling me to do that? You, my boyfriend?
It's either that or we're on the street.
Okay, ring light check, camera check, act check. If we are doing this, we are doing it right.
Tana, look at this. Look at this right now. You have got so many subscribers. We are rich.
No way, this is real right now. Oh my God! I am going out tonight. One of my top donors wants to take me to dinner in Miami and I said yes.
A donor? What do you mean dinner? We are together.
This do not think I have feelings for you anymore. You sold my body for money and now I realize you never really loved me.
Tiana Slopiana, I have been watching your page for a minute. You are different. Get in, baby. Let me show you what different looks like.
Where are we going?
Somewhere you have never been before. Yeah, I am so fucking cooked.
I know that these fruits, like the strawberry and the banana, they keep losing their woman to the eggplant. And the eggplant is always big and strong. And then they got to go lift weights. It's very sad.
I am working at fucking McDonald's while she is getting her shit rocked. What a life.
And now the bananas are making fun of the strawberry. They in the...
Yo, is that your ex-wife? She is on a crazy run right now. That is not my girl anymore.
This is
Come on,
insane,
that's
guys. This is the strawberry. Now the strawberry, he's working out because he wants to get his life together and get back with her.
Slowly but surely, I think I am healing. I need you to stay calm. The results came back and there is something we need to talk about. You got AIDS.
No, this cannot be right. Run it again. Please just run it again.
We ran it twice.
Oh, damn. Dr. Cucumber just told the strawberry that she has AIDS.
I am sorry.
Jaden, please. I was so stupid. Please let me
Now you a sick strawberry. Now she's a rotted strawberry trying to get back with the strawberry.
come back. I know you miss me.
You really think I don't know you got AIDS? The doctor is literally my friend. Fuck off now.
These are so great. Bro, listen. I cannot stop watching these AI fruit videos. These are better than any soap opera. I'm looking at fruit differently. From watermelons to grapes to strawberries. I didn't realize how hard it was to be a fruit. And I love it. I absolutely love these, man. I absolutely love them, guys. I'm glad y'all pulled up on me this morning. We're growing. Facebook, we just hit about 724,000 or 25,000 followers over there. YouTube, we are like, well, what are we on YouTube right now? Let me see. YouTube, shout out to everybody showing love on YouTube too. YouTube, we at 87,287 subscribers right now, so I appreciate you guys. I received a call from a friend of mine. This is getting really murky, guys. This is the sheriff. This is the sheriff that brought in the suspect, Tyler Robinson. He's decided to resign. So the sheriff has announced his resigning. On the 11th, I received a call from a friend of mine who happens to be a retired detective that worked for me for many years. I didn't put that out there initially. I wanted to protect that individual as much as possible. Unfortunately, in the court documents, which is standard, he was referenced as a retired Washington County deputy. So I didn't put that out there. It was in the court docs. I was trying to protect even that information and just saying retired law enforcement in general. So I get a call from my friend, and his said, "Hey, how you doing?" Good. And it's not, he's been retired a few years. We'll call each other. It's not unusual for me to get a call from him or vice versa. And at 8:02 p.m., he calls me. Hey, I can tell his voice is kind of shaky. So my first thought is, who died? Like, who's he going to tell me that died? And then I couldn't fathom what actually came out of his mouth. So he said, "Hey, I know who Charlie Kirk shooter is. I know the family through religious association, and he's in Washington County now, and we're working on trying to get him to come in voluntarily." They saying the sheriff about to resign though. Utah County Sheriff Baltimore Tyler Robinson abruptly resigns. Did he really resign? Is this just... We gotta look this up. Let me see. Yeah, this sheriff resigned. Washington County Sheriff. This is the sheriff over this Charlie Kirk thing that brought in the alleged shooter. He resigned. He abruptly resigned following undisclosed complaints. So they told him he better get out of there or he's going to come up missing. This is what's happening right now, people. It's all happening in front of our eyes. I'm about to turn into Alex Jones. I can't believe it. It's happening in front of our eyes. This is crazy. The theories, these people, they're eating people. They're doing a lot of things. It's just too much. It's too much. What's up? None your business. We are all living in a psyop, dog. We are all just living inside of it. Is anything real? Is this life real at this point? That's what I would ask. Like, where are we right now, man? We just got a message from the president. Let's see what he has to say here.
All of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. Number one, buy from the U.S. We have plenty of oil, lots of great oil. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Get strong, get tough. Go to the strait and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. We cannot, there's no way we can sit here and help you people. The USA won't be there for you anymore.
He say Iran has been essentially decimated. I don't know. We gonna see, man. He tell them to go get their own oil. We're gonna see how this plays out. I just don't know. I'm not for this. I'm not for this war. It's too much. It's too much. Mm-mm-mm. This is interesting. If you live in Atlanta, if any of y'all live in Atlanta, y'all do know that the Gulch is being built up. They spending $5 billion in the Gulch. The Gulch is down there by the Gulch is down there by the stadium. It's in between the where the Falcons play and where the Hawks play. And it's nothing but railways. So let's see what plans they have to further gentrify people out of the community and to build for the rich, because this is what this is about.
The Gulch is this area right in the middle of Atlanta, sort of dark, dank, no man's land, under the roadway, an extremely difficult, intractable place to develop.
It's a $5 billion project.
It really is going to transform downtown Atlanta.
It was really ambitious. It just looked complicated.
To even start to build one thing, you'd have to invest $800 million.
You have to build these massive structures over active rail lines.
Will people, in fact, come to downtown Atlanta? Tony and his partners only get that money if they perform.
When the baseball stadium left downtown, which happened just as we purchased the Atlanta Hawks, we had determined then that we thought downtown Atlanta could be a really remarkable transformation if done properly. We had an appreciation that there was this rather large parcel referred to as the Gulch. I guess for the prior 100 years, no one had figured out what to do with it.
The junction of railroads that gave downtown Atlanta its original purpose left an engineering puzzle that no developer had been able to solve.
You have to build up to get its street grid. We estimate that costs $400 million. Second is in the hole, there's no infrastructure. No electricity, no water, no sewer. Maybe what? Another $300 million?
These railways are still running.
Yeah, this is an active rail line. That's an active rail line. The MARTA line runs through right there.
Does that complicate construction?
Extremely. So everything we build has to be on stilts, essentially 40 feet up to match that level of the viaducts.
That's going to be very, very interesting. They building it up though. They done built this thing down there called a Cosm, which is really nice. It's a thing where you can go watch the games and stuff. They got the real big screens, and you just sit in there, and it's like you at the actual game. I think they got one of those in Dallas or something like that. But Yeah, man, Atlanta's coming along and becoming unaffordable to
The
live.
Gulch is this area.
All y'all done poured out of California and New York, buying everything out and pushing out the little people.
They should have been up here a long time ago. And you know, they're affected. The amazing thing is we don't need the hormone strain. We don't need it.
Oh well. Oh well, guys. Oh well, gang. Hey, good morning, Saint Martyr. What was that? Good morning to you too, Saint Marquise. Did I pronounce that right? I hope I got it right.
Was actually getting Chick-fil-A sales because she was reviewing.
You know, Chick-fil-A fired a bunch of people. Chick-fil-A, they fired a bunch of people making a video, which is let me see.
Body in this video looks so innocent, like she didn't get under any circumstance. And I would fired.
I want to see that video that Chick-fil-A fired these people in. I want to, well, let me see.
Chick-fil-A fired everybody in this video.
Let me show y'all something real quick. This is about Chick-fil-A firing all these people for playing around. Look at this.
And that's the last video they did because Chick-fil-A fired everybody in this video. Everybody. I'm just convinced Chick-fil-A has like no tolerance for any type of black activity whatsoever. I remember the young lady who worked for Chick-fil-A who was actually getting Chick-fil-A sales because she was reviewing their food in a good light. And she was like giving it 10s and she was like, y'all need to try this shake and y'all need to try this sandwich. And Chick-fil-A was like, we don't need your help. Fired. I kind of felt sorry for this one right here because she just looked so innocent. Like she just wanted to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't look, yeah, she just looked innocent. They even got rid of the shift leader, but he was on his own TikTok eating Chick-fil-A while telling about the fact they all got fired. Chick-fil-A is super conservative, super alt-right, religious, hardcore Christian run, restaurant. They don't want you having colors. They don't want you having piercings. They don't want you having tattoos that are showable, like, and they don't tolerate under any circumstance any black activity. They don't want you doing anything outside of working at Chick-fil-A, okay? Even if you're working to make the company look better, they don't want you to do it. I don't eat Chick-fil-A. I don't like Chick-fil-A. I think it's bland. I think it's overhyped. And more importantly, I will not eat at a racist establishment. Absolutely not. I know people are going to be like, oh, they knew better. And, I understand you can't do certain things because you represent the company. And I would think that way if Chick-fil-A didn't have a history of just showing their disdain towards black people.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, right? In the state of Georgia, this is a right to work state. so people can fire. You can be fired here if a person doesn't like your shoes, right? We're a right to work state. The EEOC laws don't really apply in Georgia, but I will say, I think for this video, I think a reprimand would have been good enough for these employees. Because at the end of the day, Chick-fil-A is making fucking chicken sandwiches, and I just don't think this was that serious. I mean, I'm conservative in my own ways and thoughts, but I just think these are kids and people working there, and they were just having a good time. There are no customers around. They were cleaning up. I mean, they full of shit for this. I think it's a little too harsh, right? I don't go to Chick-fil-A a lot, but I just think this is overboard. I think it's overboard, overblown, and unwarranted. Yeah, I just do. I don't. But yeah, we just saw a surgeon. Yeah, you don't dance. First of all, we talking about Chick-fil-A versus a surgeon in a surgery room. Okay. All these kids do is make chicken sandwiches versus a person that's operating on a human being dealing with vital organs and a life and death situation. Of course, it's not warranted in a surgery room. But if I'm just making a fucking sandwich, give me a break. Give me a break. Now, the thing about Chick-fil-A is, one of the most brilliant things about Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A developed a way to sell people a job. So Chick-fil-A service is so good because nobody owns a Chick-fil-A. So you have what's called an operator, and those operators were sold a job. So to be a Chick-fil-A operator, it's a minimal down payment of like, I think you need $10,000. They pick you to be an operator. However, they nail your ass to the cross. You're using your personal credit. You putting up to lease a store, take ownership in that store that you never really own, that you can never pass down. And when you leave, they take the store back from you. So they found a way to successfully sell a food manager a job. And it works. It works. However, like I say, with this video, it's too, but look, let me show y'all something. Y'all keep saying code of conduct in the workplace. But is it really that serious though? It looked like the store is closed. Yeah, they cleaning up. This unnecessary, y'all. They are cleaning up. This is the end of day. They are cleaning up in a chicken place. So explain to me, if I'm cleaning up and the crew is showing to me good morale. They just happy. They just playing around. And at the end of the day, these are chicken sandwiches, y'all. I think y'all are taking this too serious. I think a reprimand would have been more than enough. Hey guys, we don't do that. You just send out a memo throughout the company and call it a day. But you don't have to like literally cut people's throats because they did a little dance at the chicken sandwich place, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to agree with you guys. We're going to have to disagree with this. And people need to stop acting. And I'm not even saying it's racist. I just think they overreached. People need to stop acting childish at work and exposing themselves. But this is the end of day. The store's closed. They're sweeping and cleaning, bro. I don't agree with you, man. Yeah, a reprimand, I think, would have been more than fair. All right. And like I say, I'm not going to call it racist because you can fire whoever you want to in Georgia. If you don't like the color of their shoes, they got to go. That's called a right to work state, guys. So, but to be cleaning up a chicken store, to be cleaning and sweeping and mopping, with the chairs turned upside down and y'all just doing a little dance, playing around while getting the work done. Fuck Chick-fil-A. Like, for real. Like, I'm going to call them out. Fuck them. They're wrong. Now, I could even understand if they were dancing during store hours where there are customers around and children. Of course, we'll fire them then. But this is clearly the store's closed. This is totally unwarranted. And I'm sure those are good people. Like, you know what I mean? But it's okay if they want to. Let me see. Is there, but they don't want that childish nonsense. But, bro, I just think dude, this is just not that serious to me. It's not that serious, bro. Why? Look, William Harris Brown, why is this so serious to you? Do you think the chicken sandwich is going to taste different because they were jiggling their titties at the thing? Why is this so sensitive to you? You must own a store. Yeah, the fool. What y'all so happy for? Okay, they might be on the clock, bro, but like when you on the clock, have you ever laughed? Have you told a joke to a coworker or something, or laughed on the clock, or like anything? Like, or you just a true robot that shows no feeling or emotion throughout your day? I'm just want to know why William Harris Bryant 340 is so pissed off by this, because I don't get it. I don't see the seriousness of this. It's fucking shit. I'm gonna go up to Chick-fil-A. I would want to know where this store is at so I can go cuss out the manager. I'm gonna go cuss out the operator just cause. I'm gonna walk in there and say, hey, find me this store, y'all. I put it on video. I say, why the fuck did you fire these people, man? They were just having a good fucking time. It was after store hours. You're full of shit. I would go cuss them out for this. I would definitely go cuss that manager out. And all he can say, oh, I'm sorry, sir. My pleasure. Yeah, man, these people working their ass off for $8 an hour for chicken sandwiches. And I don't think that's why they posted it, because it's not that big of a deal. Or maybe this. You in Chick-fil-A and they don't, I guess Chick-fil-A as a brand doesn't want that imagery out there. So I'm gonna go buy me a Chick-fil-A shirt and some black pants and just go dance in that motherfucker and then put it out. That's another thing too, because now people walk in stores dressed up like they work there. They don't even work there. And they do shit like this all the time. So what's gonna happen when somebody go in there playing a prank and all that shit? William, why, bro? Why do you think this is that serious, dog? Just explain it to me. Tell me. Because at the end of the day, I can go into Chick-fil-A right now. I can go get that red shirt, the black pants, walk in that bitch with a camera, just start cussing people the fuck out and post it on TikTok and make it look like they got bad customer service. So explain to me, man. We want to know. We want to know why our brother William is upset. And I'm not tripping. This is open discussion. We don't judge here. We just listen. They kept it real, but I don't think this was that big of a deal. Like none of y'all talking this nonsense have never joked. Yeah, they done joked. Oh, you say you just enjoying the response? That's funny. So you trolling. William just trolling y'all ass. You stupid, man. That's silly. But yeah, I don't think it was warranted. Y'all, if some of y'all could find me that Chick-fil-A and DM me where that Chick-fil-A is so I can go up there and cuss out the operator for no fucking reason. just to get an operator at Chick-fil-A a shitty day. Hey, are you the guy? People gonna call up there to cuss him out too. Nah, William say he just having fun. If they get paid from TikTok, ain't nobody getting paid from they wouldn't be in there if they was getting paid from TikTok. Shit, they in there working their ass off, cleaning all that shit up, and they just did a little damn dance, and Chick-fil-A gonna fire the people. Well, they didn't get a black op. That was just them workers at that particular location, man. Because we got all black Chick-fil-A's by us, That was just them people there. Yeah. But that was interesting. That was rather interesting. That was an interesting take on that, wasn't it, guys? Wasn't it, guys? Oh, let's see what Mark Lamont Hill had to say about Jay-Z.
I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take it. No one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never going to win like that.
I'm with him on that. Couldn't have said it any better. Facts. I agree. If you're an American, capitalism is your birthright.
I think the biggest problem I have a lot of friends that are anti-capitalist, and my biggest problem with the thought process is it's often confusing how Americans treat corporations versus capitalism. I think capitalism itself is not evil. I think that the fact that Americans give capitalist corporations more power than individuals and more rights than individuals is the problem.
I think that we confuse or we automatically correlate and associate capitalists with greed. Mm-hmm. And so back to our couple of weeks ago conversation, definitions and words mean things, and we define words how we emotionally feel about them. That's not the definition of capitalist. The definition of capitalist is somebody that engages in practices for profit. That don't mean you being a greedy motherfucker, you want to starve everybody else. That just means you running a business, you want to turn a profit with your business. Mm-hmm. And so we conflate the two things. And so I think that, especially with us as black people, I've said this a million times, I think that to his point, they be putting this evil connotation on making money, dog, to kind of dissuade you from trying to be the best that you could be or trying to make more money while they go out and make fucking zillions of dollars and control you and keep you down. Correct. They don't want us to get to a certain place in society, so they try to play this mind fuck on you. And these white kids that are being brought up in these families, they not learning that. We learning that shit, like more money, more problems, and all that other goofy shit that we learn. Like, all right, give me the problems, because I damn sure want the bread. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion when it comes to capitalism and people's definition of capitalism.
Yeah, capitalist is. There's nothing wrong with it. I think people only hate capitalism if it doesn't benefit them.
No, I don't like it because sometimes there are certain people. Mm-hmm. Not the system. There are certain people that in their version of capitalism, they control way or like step on motherfuckers. You don't have to do that.
But these are the guys that say billionaires shouldn't exist.
Mark,
you don't believe that?
No, I don't believe billionaires should exist.
Oh shit!
Let me ask you a question.
That's a tough job.
Let me ask you a question. Why should billionaires exist?
Why shouldn't they
they
exist? Because
earned
they
it.
worked hard.
No,
for their
no,
money.
I know you're taking.
They worked hard for their money. And if you are really good at what you do, you should receive the benefits from that.
If you create something that is that profitable, you create some type of organization or some type of business structure that actually takes advantage. I also want to just bring back to what Hope said too. He didn't get there by taking advantage of somebody or by finding some loophole and exploiting that.
I disagree.
So that's what I'm saying.
I
And
disagree.
if you look back at his story, he pioneered a lot of that stuff. A lot of the decisions.
Basically, they say Jay-Z sold dope to his people. And I mean, look, everybody always talking about Jay-Z about that money, man. Everybody's about the money. We live in a capitalistic society, man. Nobody is really doing anybody a favor. It's very rare that somebody's going to do anybody else a favor. Everybody is looking to profit some type of way. Now, I guess it gets to a point where I guess people will look at capitalism as being grotesque. But for every billionaire, most billionaires have provided probably $1 trillion in value. So they've only made 1,000th of what they've gotten back. So, is what it is. I'm not a socialist. I want to get some money. And, it's what it is. Let's see what Mark said.
Different things that he was doing.
They started Rockefeller with drug money, right?
Allegedly.
That's not taking advantage of people?
What, being
selling crack to drug addicts in your own community isn't taking advantage of getting.
it was the 80s. Hold up. What you could deem as taking advantage of somebody else may look at as survival. So
you survive by taking advantage of people. They're not
how are you
exclusive.
by supply and demand?
Yes, if you supply, if you.
But I love that argument in the community. They always say like, niggas was selling dope out of necessity. No, they were selling dope out of choice. Was it hard? Yes. Yes, it was hard. Everything is hard. But they were selling dope by choice. It was, even in the 90s and shit, niggas still had jobs. It was a lot of niggas with jobs. They would go to work every day. They wasn't selling dope. It was a lot of men I knew to just work jobs. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a choice, y'all. We gotta get out of that mindset.
That's not
yes, literally. Yes.
I think that's
that's not what made you. That's not what made a billionaire, though. That's what I'm saying, though. That's
no, but so y'all made like 10 arguments. Let me respond to a couple of them.
Listen to this.
Well, I'm not about to sit and listen to them argue. Do y'all watch the Joe Budden podcast? There's too many of them on there. Just a bunch of old men yapping. That's why I yap by myself right here and talk to y'all all day. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Y'all got any questions for me before I leave? All Let me tell you something. I want to wish a special happy birthday. Matter of fact, let me put some music on this because it's the 80th birthday, and we got to wish Mary a happy birthday, y'all. Okay? Got to do this. Yeah, I like that. That's the vibe. Yo, I just want to say happy birthday to Mary Walker. You made it, my dear. 80 years young. God bless you, Mary. Thank you for being on the earth. And happy birthday. 80 years young, and you're just not getting started. So God bless Mary Walker and happy birthday to her. So tell Mary I said what's up and send her my love and my blessing. This is what I started to do this whole show with the background music playing. Do y'all like the background music? I sometimes do the background music, sometimes I don't. Yeah, what a blessing. 80 years. 80 years, y'all. What a blessing to be here and to see the world change. We watching it change so fast every day. Because I'm about to be 50 soon, and it's flying. It's flying. It is flying, guys. So, happy birthday to Mary. I think I'm going to get out of here now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We see what else is to come out of this Charlie Kirk shooting. And yeah, y'all call me. I don't think they refuse to believe that. I think it was still white on white. Trust me. Trust me. Well, guys, let me go get my day started. Y'all stay on the lookout. Drop some new content, some new videos, man. This has been real, guys. That beloved. We're going to wrap this thing up.